figured out.
What does it say now? It says you are live. On the other one, it says you are live. And on Facebook, it says you are live. Let's
It
view
does
this.
say that we're live on both YouTube channels, and I see that up at the top right-hand corner.
Okay. It says start streaming less than a minute ago. We're back. It looks like on our actual channel.
Let me refresh.
Are you back? Did we fix it?
Yes!
Yes! We're totally at ease. Professionals.
Yes. We should be getting paid IT payment.
My company was giving me a corporate cell phone, and I was the one who got it set up.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. So guys, we are coming at you from wherever Carly's stationed, but then I happen to be in Hudson, New Hampshire. So that's fun.
Why did I think you were going to say Hudson, Massachusetts? Is that a city in Massachusetts?
It is.
Okay.
And I only know that because I actually had to go down to Hudson, Massachusetts for one of the photo shoots that I did.
How many photo shoots did you get?
It's like an hour. So I ended up doing one down in Hudson, Massachusetts. Beautiful farm down there. Really cool. Like this lady has had a property. It's like 30 acres and what would be like more of town-ish, like suburbs, but she's like slowly built it out. So she does like weddings there. She has like the one major barn. She has the barn attachment. She has like a area where people can go and like dine. And then she has all these little exterior buildings and you go up into the woods and she has an adventure course for her campers over the summer that she keeps building out. Anyway, so it was really, really beautiful. But so I did a photo shoot. Shout out to Olivia. She used to be in Mounted Games. I remember many moons ago where she was competing and then, you know, college and ponies and life happens. So I got to meet up with her friend or her family. I haven't seen them in like 10 years. Try to convince her to come back to Mounted Games this year.
Yeah.
Like, definitely like in the fall, we can have margaritas again.
I know, exactly.
So that was, yeah, it was really good to see her. And then the next morning woke up at like 4 in the morning. Shout out to Annie, who I love.
That's right.
It's a lot harder when you're this pregnant. But
Is
I
it?
got up at 4 in the morning. Yeah, it definitely. So I had no issue waking up. I just didn't expect to be so exhausted midway through the day, like afterwards.
You needed an afternoon
Like the
nap.
total nap was essential. So I drove like 35, 40 minutes up to a state park that's kind of between us. And it was so pretty because we found like this location that had some really cool architecture. And then it was like this kind of like this pond lake, but like with big trees behind it. So we came with, sunrise. And water is always so gorgeous this time of year whenever there's like sunrise. I just love the mist that comes up. It's just so pretty. Like and then it just gets you thinking and you're like, oh my gosh, I had really missed photography. So had a lot of fun there and I have kind of some other shoots brewing in the back of my mind now. I'm like, there's some more that we got to go out and document.
So you got
here.
to do 2.
But it was so pretty. I got to do the 2.
Yeah.
And then I kind of was like, pull the plug, sleep for the next 48 hours, and then back to work.
Right.
Yeah, that's what people don't realize when you do like photo shoots, right? You're doing the time on site, but then you actually sit down and you have to go like through all of your photos and you have to edit and all of that. So yeah, it was a lot of fun and it was a good reminder of like why I love photography. So it was fun to bring the camera up north this time.
Yeah. That sounds super fun. I'm really happy that you did that.
Yeah. So I'm excited too because it sounds like y'all have something brewing for this weekend. The illustrious Mid-Atlantic Series 1.
Whoop,
It's
whoop.
going to be the beginning of the game season up here. So super exciting. Pennsylvania this time. This one's going to be run by Patty Najee.
Yes.
And I know that our team is going to be going. So who's on the team this weekend?
It is going to be Megan and Caitlin, me, Annie, and Melissa.
I'm so excited about that.
The schedule.
The schedule, yeah.
Your mother and Jesus Christ. She texted the schedule schedule to the family chat because since I'm booted out of Facebook, I don't have access to this. So this is fantastic.
Oh
Oh,
my gosh, you're so right. Oh,
Caroline.
oh
I
my
know.
God, we have somebody watching. Hi.
Hey, hi, Caroline. Did anyone else pack everything they own with the forecast this weekend? See, and I haven't even started packing yet. I haven't even. Well,
Yeah, that's how far ahead of the curve you really are, Caroline.
uh,
Like,
yeah, Caroline, you rock. I suck. And the problem is, okay, so if we want to jump on a little bit into Carly's saga, I have been without a vehicle for the past 3 weeks.
are
Can you imagine
you kidding?
going without a car for
No, what
3
the
weeks?
heck?
And yes, okay, my husband owns a vehicle, sure. But has anyone met Thomas Aarons? If he
Exactly.
is not strapped down at a meeting at work, which happens to be the same time I'm also working, he is in his vehicle. Gone. Tommy, where are you?
Yep.
Out.
For the
Oh,
past, 18 years. Yeah.
okay. That's his personality. That's how he's always been. But what does that mean? That means when Carly's truck
Exactly.
breaks down, Carly is without a vehicle.
And you're not exactly in like a city where you can just like call an Uber and go places, besides the
I
fact that it's
called an
expensive.
Uber. I called an Uber and I
Did you
thought, oh,
really?
this is going to fix everything. $30 to go
Are you kidding?
5 minutes down the road. $30.
Oh my God.
It was horrible. So, long story short, Carly's without a vehicle, and it's been very difficult to imagine life like normal because I'm like constantly trying to plan ahead and wake up before Thomas
And
so
navigate.
I
Yeah.
can have the vehicle and teach lessons when I have to teach lessons, train horses when I'm supposed to train horses, and then also deal with my ADD husband who takes the car. But
It's
Kim says has to reset and close some apps. Now I can test. Text? Now I can text.
text.
Reset and close some apps. Now I can text.
So I guess that's a good question though, Caroline. What is the weather supposed to be like this weekend? Because
I hear
that's sounding,
rain.
yeah, painful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what my mom was saying. I
Yeah.
have to make the decision after being away from my husband, my puppies, my family for the past 8.5 days. Do I want to drive to Pennsylvania to sit in the rain and not ride?
And I
Like,
kudos to you for saying 8 days. I would have sworn to God that you'd been gone for 2 weeks. I'm not gonna lie.
it definitely has felt like a very long time. And I mean, I love the team here and everything. It's all good, but you miss your bed and you miss your puppies and just everything. So I'm like, okay, I would literally get one night and then have to turn around and like be gone for the weekend. So
And drive three
that's
hours each
that's
way
3 hours
to
one
get
way. Yeah. It's like, Caroline, you're so right. Like I want to go. I
right.
want to just go take pictures and support people, but I want someone else to just drive me. And I have
Hmm.
puppies.
Hmm.
So then it's like, all right, oh, that's a lot to navigate.
I
I don't
know.
know.
I'd recommend
Yeah.
convincing your father to drive you. However, I know that your father has already been commandeered by my husband to pick him up after his kayak tournament on Saturday. So you're SOL.
Oh my gosh.
Leave it for MA2 when we can drive up together.
I could, but my whole team is going to be there and they need me, Kimberly.
Oh, we kind
Moral
of do
support.
need you.
I'm going to miss everybody.
Oh,
So,
Kim's like
oh,
resting the weekend. So sweet.
I appreciate you validating if I do stay. So that's nice because I definitely would feel like FOMO and a bit of guilt. But so people who are new to the sport, the wonderful sport of mounted games, right? We're coming into the competition season, which is really kicking off kind of now. I think maybe 2 weeks ago we saw some stuff down at the Southern Series, and of course down south they've been maybe competing a lot earlier because of the weather.
Hmm.
But this is really like this is our season when it kind of kicks off. So our team has been busy. They're at the open level, and starting maybe 10 days ago, I feel like because we got our team mom Annie, she's pretty prepared, starts driving orders. So she's getting feedback on like, all right, the race list has been published. Like these are the races that we're going to be competing. Who wants to sit what? I'm just curious, you guys who are watching, like, are you, kind of the same? Do you guys try to put orders together early? What kind of cadence do you have with your team? Some people just like to wing it, but there's like, I can't live that way. Like,
No,
I need,
I've been on teams where they're very anal about making sure everybody is sitting out the same amount of races, and we have kind of a routine, and this person only hands off to that person, etc. And then I've been on teams the complete opposite spectrum where they're just like, "Ah, we'll figure it out." And honestly, I like to be on the team where we have a regiment. We know what we're doing because then I can visualize the race beforehand,
yeah.
and I know who's handing off to me. I know their style. I know that I can trust that they're gonna come into my crazy pony, and so on, so on. So,
Definitely too, like if you are going into a session without a plan and there are challenging races, uh, like even making orders Friday night for me, I mean, I guess that's better. And so Caroline, like we've definitely done that where you all like physically sit down and you make orders like the night before. But honestly, I'm usually so tired Friday night. It's good to have the FaceTime.
same.
Whatever you end up doing, having the plan when you go into the session, for me, when you have a difficult horse, helps so much because there's some races where it's like, I don't really want to go. Like, if I know I have to ride that race, I'm going to be visualizing to make sure that I can accomplish the race
Hmm.
versus like, we know we're sitting it. So, okay, I'm going to stress about something else that's going to be challenging for me.
Right. Just like Kim said, I like an order. It's less stressful for me. Same here.
Yeah.
Like I like to know exactly what we're doing, just like Joy said.
And I find too, there's like two types of team dynamics, right? Like either you get on a team where everybody intensely wants to compete, and because of that, you will have the one person who is just slightly more passive and they end up just sitting like a lot. Like,
Hmm.
okay, I'm not gonna fight over it. I'm not gonna fight and then they end up sitting like 6 races a session. Well, you guys all pay the same amount of money to be there. So unless there's an understanding that like you're not gonna ride as much as the others, I mean,
That's not
you
fair.
should try to make it fair. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's always frustrated me. Or you have a team where everybody is so freaking passive that it is stressful because you don't even know who's going to go out until literally like you're out there. I've done this in intermediate before where it's like, no, just like go. And then like go. And you get to the end and it's like, who even has the white hat band? Like,
Yeah.
just no, it's chaos. It's
No,
so
no.
stressful.
It's too much. It's way too stressful. It's another reason that it's just even better to have a coach this year. That's why I was thinking, okay, any competition you can come to, like you just need to come be our
Just
coach
sit there and
because
coach.
like at the end of the day, like you don't have to stand in the arena, but just stay on the
It does
outside,
help.
and kind
Yeah.
of like shout at us and take videos of us, and so we can show that skill off.
Like
But yeah, yeah, at the end of the day, to be able to be like, okay, so when this happened, we should have done that. Let's get together and let's fix this.
And you see it too. I think we see it in 025. I think more than any other session at this point. When you get the teams that are really uber competitive and they bring in like an open rider to actually sit and coach them, and they legitimately do perform better with the coach. It just
They
gives
do.
you like a sense of security to get the feedback and have like that person that's on point,
Yeah.
kind of orchestrating the event.
Yep.
And I think in America, we don't stress the importance of having a coach, nearly as much as you see in other countries where it's kind of understood that you're going to have somebody that's organizing stuff. So
Right, right,
it's,
right. It's really cool. I don't know if you've watched other YouTube channels like I have when it comes to like riders overseas and everything, but it's like they're literally our age and they still have a coach. They're yelling
yeah,
at them, telling them what to do in that exact moment, who've talked to them about this race before they even raced it. And it's just like, oh man, think of all like the tips I could get from somebody that's just not on a horse. That's
exactly.
all.
Just different eyes.
They're just able to see it from the ground, and then they
Yeah.
have this insight that they can share with you.
And it definitely, we all know Genevieve has like, and I think all of us have been there. There's at least one race you've played in your life, if you've played for any period of time, where you've completely zoned out.
Yeah,
And
you don't remember
your
it.
team's coming in and you're just like chilling. And they're like, what are you doing? Get out there. It's so important.
Sounds like Annie's paying you to come, Genevieve.
Oh my God. We need to up the ante for my husband. That's it. We need to pay my husband to be okay. He's honestly the least demanding. He's so kind about everything, but I kind of feel bad about it.
I wish he could come too.
I know, it's just I can't leave my dogs
The
for like 2
dogs.
days.
I know. Ugh. I know.
And my dogs are terrorists, so I can't like bring them. That's the problem.
I know. And you have three of them.
Yeah.
That's why.
I'm considering it, guys. I may just show up Saturday. It really depends on what I have to barter with
Well,
by the time I get home.
I don't think open starts riding until what, 10:45 in the morning?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So you don't even have to get up very early.
No, I just gotta drive 6 hours.
Very early.
Can I get? I promise Hero will not run you over. Yes, but does Hero promise that?
No.
Drag him with ice cream. That is great. I
Or
wonder is,
Chick-fil-A chicken
you
nuggets.
know, Patty is organizing this event, but I could see some organizers maybe getting a little bit stressed about having a pregnant woman standing on the ground in the arena in the line of play.
That's fair. Or even just the chief ref. Just the chief ref. I don't think they'd be okay with it.
I don't think there's anything in our rule book against it, guys. I'm just saying.
That's
Y'all could
true.
get me like one of those cardboard boxes as like party armor.
But as we've learned,
Body
chief
armor.
refs are God basically at the end of the day. So I think,
I mean, they
well,
are, and
they get the
but they
least
are in
amount.
every country. I mean, and I guess really somebody has to have that kind of authority in the arena. Okay, you have a nice megaphone, girl. I bought a megaphone for the Sun and Fun series, and I've not gotten to use it once yet, but I
Oh,
have one.
you haven't.
Like, but Genevieve would definitely get in trouble for bringing a megaphone to a competition. Let's be real.
You better bring it, or you better use it on the 26th for our pairs competition.
Right?
Yes.
With a siren just for when I'm vaulting. I'll be like, Bruce, get up
Get
there.
up!
You guys know that I don't need a megaphone. I am the megaphone, though.
Okay, so we have Saturday AM 025, of course, has to ride first, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Womp womp. Intermediate is 9 to 10, and then open is a sweet little 10:45 to 11:45. So I'm very happy about that.
I mean,
And
yeah.
then novice and green pony is 11:45, 12:45, and the lunch break 12:45 to 1:30.
When is open ride a second time?
Open rides their second time at 4:15 to 5:15. At that point, you might as well just stay the night.
6 to 9 p.m.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long day, guys.
Yeah, yeah. Because then we're
All
basically
right, I'm
down
gonna
at
check out
6.
checking out the weather.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll take donations to get a hotel because I don't know if I could sleep on a cot right now, guys. I'm like a whale.
Well, I was gonna
Like
say if you're
I
sleeping,
am
you're probably gonna
bulbous.
share a bed with your mother and I. So, because I don't have a truck, so your mom's picking me up.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yeah,
Well, that's
she
good.
offered.
I'm glad.
She's my angel.
What about Charlie? How are you getting Charlie there?
We're squeezing him in.
Oh, okay. Well, let's do it.
I know. That's what I said.
Guys, so we changed the layout of the video, by the way, to like the tall
What do you
portrait
think?
view. Do you like it? My light's obviously awful. I have a lamp in front of here, like trying. I'm
Don't e-
recalibrating this hotel room.
don't even start. Do you see my lighting? This is my professional lighting. This is what I look like for my real job.
Like, this is just me. Oh, Linda is the real MVP. She is. She's incredible.
Saved my life.
Jen,
Oh.
I think the question is, would the baby allow you to sleep on? I think the question is, would the baby allow me to sleep? Period. That's been a
Mhm.
struggle lately, but we're getting
Oh.
there.
It's
One day
starting
at a
before
time.
he departs.
I,
That's not fair.
I know. That's what people are like. Enjoy this peaceful time when you get rest before. Like, oh my gosh. This little
No.
guy, kickboxer in there. I swear to God. Oh, it's a little bit rough. Okay, I wanted to check the weather. All right, so
Maybe.
weather in Center Hall, PA.
Yeah.
Okay. Friday and Saturday is a rain. Saturday is all rain, like all day. The whole day is rain. Sunday is sunny though.
Mm. We're gonna be
You guys
so
just gotta survive
cold.
Saturday.
We're gonna be freezing cold. Hi,
Zoe!
Zoe. Joy's like rain.
So demure.
Bring all the ponchos. Bring all the umbrellas. And see,
Yeah,
okay,
it says like all rain. Nah.
you know how difficult it is for me to pack when I don't even have my own vehicle. I don't even have
Oh
my own
my
trailer.
gosh.
Oh.
You can't borrow a truck? We need to get you a truck.
I don't have a truck right now. No.
Yeah, you don't have a truck.
No, because my dad's other car broke down, so he needs his truck for the weekend. I know.
Struggle bus. Yeah, this is tough.
Struggle. Big time. I know. It is
Wait, we
what it
can
is.
finally wear our matching raincoats. Right, girl. I totally forgot. We got raincoats.
Oh, I didn't.
You didn't?
No.
You might be able to. Annie, if you can find the link post mortem and send it to the chat,
I
I
mean,
will
not on
find it.
Facebook because I am
Yeah, but
locked
I
out of
can get it
Facebook.
and text it to you. So
Yeah.
we'll get you there. Guys,
Okay.
if you hadn't noticed, we didn't have a grand plan for this podcast other than we were going to host a podcast, do or die, today and
Yeah.
fix our live stream, fix the stream on Facebook, fix the stream on YouTube. Now that we have YouTube access again, we can try to get our interviews back up because we've got 2 interviews to get posted. So that'll be awesome.
Mhm.
So we can kind of get
Mhm.
rocking and rolling for the summer. Thank you, Annie.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you.
it.
Oh, Caroline says all the clothes. Yeah, and that's my problem. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna need a massive suitcase, but that's fine. I'll just bring a massive ass suitcase, throw all the different kinds of shoes in there, throw all the different jackets that I have, bring a heated blanket because I know your mom likes it cold, and then Zoe says my trailer is packed with horse stuff and just grabbed my camping stuff, not procrastinating for once. I wish I could be you right now
I know.
because I haven't even started my laundry. And I know all the clothes I want to pack are dirty right now.
We need to get you like one of those epic duffel bags that like doubles as a body bag just in case.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be great. Well, I'm still I'm bringing 2 horses, and I can't pack anything in my trailer. I have to take, like, all my stuff out of my trailer. Also, I don't have a vehicle. So guess what's happening Friday morning? Thomas is loading up the truck, dropping all of my stuff off at the barn, and I'm just gonna wait till your mom gets there.
No.
That's my life.
You guys, by the way, there is a total business proposition there because you can't rent a truck to haul a horse trailer. You can't. They don't do that. They don't have trucks that have hitches that you can rent.
Especially
So
Gustav's.
like, what do you do? Yeah, as a horse person,
Mhm.
it's a silly thing. We've got to fix that.
Right.
Um, wait, we've got some comments here. I cleaned tack today. Like what? Girl, I love cleaning tack. Am I the only person in this universe that actually enjoys cleaning tack?
Oh, it
Because
brings me
I'm
such
obsessed
joy.
with cleaning tack. Like
Yeah. I honestly do it weekly right now. Just like
it's
or
meditative,
oiling,
I
just like a little
swear.
oil and be like, "Ah, it looks nice now." Not that I'm gonna
Just
use
like
it for the next week.
yeah.
I
Just
don't get to
wipe it
ride.
down.
I don't get to ride. Who are you kidding? I just work. It's fine.
Oh my god. The cynicism. I'm the day of type. You know, our family is too, but it's one of those things where you're like, I'm gonna leave by 10 a.m., which means 4. But the plan is there. There's incentive.
Which means I could be sitting at my barn until 4 p.m. when your mom comes and gets me. That's fine.
She's gotten a lot better, if that's any consolation.
I'm just gonna bring a snack
Bring a
and clean
meal.
some tack.
I'm trying not to procrastinate, but it's hard with work. So glad I have my checklist. Right. I
Oh,
did make promises about that, didn't I?
yeah, you did.
There's a lot, guys. I only clean tack when it's absolutely necessary. Says Zoe. Zoe, did you not learn a thing from Pony Club? I feel like most people who come out of Pony Club actually hate cleaning tack for some reason. I don't understand it. For me personally, I really enjoy it because I like to have nice tacky leather. That is my big thing. Like I want it to be like well kept. I think that's a link, Carly, that was for
So,
your jacket.
I
I see
do
your
want
eyes.
to.
Like, she's looking at the comments here.
I'm trying to
Oh my
like
gosh.
copy the link, but I can't. It just wants me to show it. And all I can do.
Annie, can you text me that link or message it to me and I will go get it and send it to Carly. Linda, wait, whoa. Say what?
Wh-
Look
What?
at this. Look at this. She's throwing it over the fence at her pregnant daughter. Pregnant daughter.
This woman is savage, I tell you.
Savage. I tell you, there's no one. This, she has very high standards, my friends. She says, no, I won't be waiting on Jen. So I guess she's going to be at Carly's barn on time because Genevieve won't be holding her up this time.
Sorry, Jen.
I mean, you are right because usually I'm bringing 3 ponies when I compete. So
Yeah.
it's kind of rough.
And I have a feeling it's just gonna
Um,
be your mom and I just like hauling all 5 ponies and getting
just
them all ready
run
to
with it.
barn. So she needs
If
my
you
help.
like it, yeah, exactly. She needs you. This you're doing her a favor,
Yeah. Yeah.
really, at the end of the day. Joy, if you like it, I can provide the tack for you to clean. No, it's not fun when it's someone else's.
Oh yeah, no. That doesn't bring me joy.
I've done actually honestly, I don't mind but for me after I've had I had a really nice event saddle and I got it new and custom at one point because my femur is so long it's really hard to find a saddle that fits me. And like the expectation when you get a saddle like that is you clean it after every single ride, period. Like you have to. And so you kind of get into like a swing of things where you're like, okay, but if I'm going to do that, I might as well wipe down like my tall boots and then like, okay, my paddock boots. And I
Mhm.
don't know, guys. Just saying. I don't treat anything else in life like that though. So I still
Same.
eat with yeah, dirty hands and I'm like, I'll survive.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Who needs a plate anymore?
I
Work it out.
know. Oh my gosh. Kimberly says she's gonna help Linda pack the trailer tomorrow afternoon after work, so it should be done
Bless you, Kimberly. Bless you.
tomorrow. Annie just sent me a link to your jacket
Thank you. Text me.
because yeah, I think this needs to happen.
I don't think I'm gonna get my jacket in time. Just saying.
I'm gonna find out right now.
Like 2 days.
How much y'all want to bet that we can get it here before she leaves? What's it say? No, that's not promising. Hang on, I'm gonna go to my actual Prime. Give me
I
a
do have
second.
Prime. I was gonna say I do have Prime. So
Yeah, but sometimes I can get stuff to my house in Percival faster than y'all can
ah,
because
that's true. Because Percival lives in a bubble of loveliness.
of lush
Happiness.
delivery schedules. It was great when I lived in Alexandria. We actually had like the whole Amazon Fresh thing like all through COVID because we had an Amazon Fresh like facility within 8 minutes of there. And so literally on the morning of, I could be like, I want eggs, and it would be there within like an hour. And this is before they did like really Instacart as fully like Instacart, I think was ramping up. But it also meant like Amazon Prime, dude. It's so dangerous when you can get anything delivered the same day. Like
Wow.
it's like the gratification when you move away, you don't realize what you've lost.
I do love my Instacart though. I definitely use that, and
I do too.
especially now that I don't have a vehicle, it's even like more important. I think I pay like $100 a year just to have
What size are you?
free delivery. I'm a medium.
Okay. Just like casually throw that out here for the viewing
Oh,
masses.
that's I don't mind. I'm 5'4". I'm 135 pounds.
Exactly.
I'm I'm average in every way.
Oh my God. So I didn't, okay. I knew that this was a thing, but I also didn't know that this was a thing as a professional, a working professional. I like to pride myself on that. But did you know that it's not normal to talk about your bodily functions to coworkers? Like, my bladder is totally shrinking right now, and they're all like, "Oh my God." But no, I mean, I have to pee all the time, and I feel like I need to talk about it. Why isn't this a safe space?
Should be a safe space. You have to live there like half of your life, so
So it's funny how many people balk when I'm like, I really have to use the bathroom. Like my bladder is gonna explode. The second you say bladder, it goes south.
oh
They're
my
like,
gosh.
the people are like, oh my God. But I was gonna say, when you've done any sort of like bodybuilding or fitness, fitness, and I think you get comfortable with the cadence of either weighing in or like tracking your macros and all of that stuff. We get really comfortable with talking about like your body weight. Like it's not a negative thing. You're just like, it's fact because
Right.
I know how to manipulate it. It's just is. So anyway, I'll be like, dude, I am feeling, what did I say today? I stood up and I was like, oh my God, gravity is so much stronger than it was like 6 months ago. I was like, either that or these 215 pounds are getting me down right now. And people were like, Genevieve, oh my God, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm just like 60 pounds over where I was a year ago, but emotionally,
Everything's
I'm fine.
fine because it's a
And they're
60-pound
like, it's
baby in
okay,
there.
Genevieve. I know. Oh, it was so funny because
Oh,
it just like the shock on their faces. It like it's worse than the trauma I see in some of the meetings. So
that's funny. I don't know. After, being in the professional world and dealing with a bunch of strangers all day, every day, I've learned to say, it's time for a bio break. And apparently that's what everybody says. But I didn't
yep.
even realize that's what everybody said until like a month ago. But up until that point, I would call teams and just be like, hey, I need to be just like,
You gotta pee. No, I would say I gotta go potty. They're like, what is wrong with you?
you're a
No, but
child.
everybody says bio break. Like if you're typing or something and you're in a
Oh,
corporate environment, I have a bio break. I need to take a bio break. I'll be like, "Bitch, I gotta go potty.
mm,
Go potty now.
yeah, yeah. Like, you know what I'm doing.
That's
Why
rough.
are we
Yeah.
sugarcoating this? Oh my gosh.
Annie.
Oh,
Oh. Oh goodness. I work with preschoolers. There's no boundaries. Girl, you can work with adults and there's it's
no.
pretty close to the
They're
same,
the same.
except you can go to HR. It's yeah. Being pregnant has definitely changed everything radically here because I don't last as long as I used to.
The amount of times I
Annie
hear Miss
says,
Annie, I'm going to poop.
I'm going to poop.
I honestly miss working in the school environment. We're getting so off topic, but I used to work in the school environment, and working in elementary school was, oh my gosh, it brought me such joy. I came home
That
with
has to
so
be
many
fun.
stories. The kinds of stuff kids say is just, oh, I love it.
That's yeah. I mean, it doesn't maybe pay as much, but
It
it
doesn't.
has to be like endearing to be able to contribute to kind of them growing up and everything.
Right.
It's the same for what Annie does. It's like I have so much respect for that. I don't think I'd have the patience for it. You have to be literally a
Oh, it's
saint,
tough.
but yeah,
It's
the
tough.
overstimulation.
Oh my gosh. And then to work in special ed, which I was over in special ed for a while, and I was just like, whoa, the patience is
Totally
like
different.
times 10, which I think is close to what Annie does too, like working in a special environment for children who need extra assistance. And it's just like, ah, what am I doing?
So that actually is such a great segue to the video that you sent me today.
Oh,
Because we
it
have a couple
is a
more
good
minutes,
segue.
right?
Yeah, let's do it.
So let's talk about like pivot, Genevieve.
We're going to talk about horses now.
um, yeah, back to horses. Just talking about like kids and the attention span and how emotional and outlandish like their responses can be to things. So Carly had sent a video because you were working with a young horse at your barn,
Yes,
or
her name is Greta. She's 2 years old.
Greta.
Yeah.
So she had a 2-year old like baby horse, and you were working her on the ground,
Mhm.
and she seemed pretty not reactive, but definitely physically testing like your boundaries, it looked like. I mean, you when you put pressure on her haunches, she kind of struck out or swung her haunches towards you. When
Yeah.
you got her out onto the lead and you put pressure on her, she was rearing up and coming forward at you.
Mhm.
It's kind of like a totally different game than what you're used to playing, I think, with some of the adult horses.
Yes. Yeah. And then also their recovery time is so much quicker. So they might explode, but then it won't ever get to the point that it gets to with Greta. Like she rears straight up in the air. She actually does kick at
Yeah.
me. And it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. I've never experienced this before. And it's just interesting to analyze horse behavior and to know when to shut it down and when to listen and be like, was that my fault? Are they experiencing pain? So that was the video that I sent you today because I just wasn't really sure. I was like, she's got a lot of other like underlying issues going on. I need a
Yeah.
second pair of eyes.
I definitely think you should share the Saddle Up LLC where you had your video. Definitely
Hmm.
share it to the Unbridled page so we can get some opinions, what people think as well. Because the impression I got from her definitely, it's like one of those mares that as a baby was not exposed to a whole lot of other horses,
She
not
wasn't.
exposed to any horse that was going to create boundaries for her, right?
Right. Exactly.
And then that's your job now. You've got a horse that hasn't had somebody invest the time into understanding that you have leadership when you walk into the arena with them. And it can be pleasant to be around you, but there's still a level of respect that's required. And I think you get to a like 2-year-old like alpha mare status, like it takes time. It's harder to develop that.
Right, right. And she
Like,
also has one eye, and she also has issues with her front left fetlock. I know that she's off, and so when she trots, she's like limping around. And the veterinarian said that there are two options, that the owner can do surgery or she can wait and see if it fuses. So her thought process right now is to wait and see if it fuses, and see where it goes from there, or they can do surgery. This is never going to be a riding horse.
yeah.
This is just like a rescue,
But
basically.
with a rescue, you want to be comfortable handling them on the ground, like of
Right.
course, right?
Which is why I honestly am like, okay, look, I talked to the owner and I was like, look, even though she's so young, we have to be comfortable working with her on the ground. I mean, now we have to work on
Yeah.
this now because we can't wait until she feels better, until she's
Yeah.
like physically healthier or is in less pain. We have to work through this now so that in the future, when she is in less pain and she's bigger, she'll have more respect for humans and their personal space.
Exactly. And I think
Yeah.
it was just watching the video, which we'll share on the page. It's fun to analyze, like you said, body language. And it comes back to, I think it's so important, guys. If you have like a pivo or you have a friend that's able to come in video some of your sessions, it could be really beneficial to look back and actually just watch. Same thing with like vaulting practice, riding in general, but going back and analyzing like your horse's body language, your language, how you're responding to things. It's the only way that we get better, right? So that was actually
Right.
really cool. I think that you filmed the whole session.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to do every week. I'm trying to do at least every Tuesday. I'm going to film it no matter how long it ends up being, which I've decided to cut it down to like 20, 30 minutes per session, and then just make it more often. But that way, I just
Yeah.
have something to look back on every single time and be like, wait a minute, was she really doing what I thought she was doing, or was I kind of in my head about it and already had preconceived assumptions of what she was going to try to do? And so there were a couple things over the last video that I was able to look back and go like, wait a minute, was she trying to bite me, or was she like just like encroaching on my
Yeah, what was the
space?
body language like?
Yeah, yeah, because I was leading her at one point and I could see teeth. And I'm like, wait a minute, is she lunging at me? Is she yawning? But I corrected anyway because she was too close in my space at this point.
Yeah,
But it's just it's really, really good to be able to look back on those video footages and just be like, okay, what was I doing in that moment? Because I mean, a lot of the time yesterday, even I was so up in my head because we did have an audience of people who did not think I should have been handling the horse, who had their own opinions, and to look back and be like, okay, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was, or she did come
yeah.
back. Like we had our ups and downs throughout the session, so there were times when I should have ended it, but then I did ask her for a little bit more, and then it ended on a good note. So I was just happy with it.
That's what I think the takeaway when I was kind of ruminating on it after watching the video. I was like, I think as we go into like the competition season or you're working with your horse, really realize that like in every interaction, you're kind of the trainer, but you're also like you're reinforcing the behavior, positive or negative.
Right.
And like always be looking for those like microtransactions of like positivity, like thinking about your horse's attention span. If you go into the competition arena and your horse is really listening to you, maybe you don't get your timing right, maybe your cut's not good, maybe your stop isn't great, but let's say your horse is attentive and there's a lot of chaos going on. Like that is something we need to be conscious of and reward.
Mhm.
even though we have a big picture of being successful at X level, like every little thing that you do is developing the better horse and the better partnership so that you can
Mhm.
have a better season at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I think we get in our heads and like big picture the whole situation way too often. And instead, like walk in there and be like, okay, let's set some goals for ourselves that are like manageable and goals for our horse that are manageable for them in their communication. So,
Yeah.
like, guys, I'm curious too if you are going into MA1 here, do you have goals for yourself and your horse? And are they kind of the micro goals that you might set for a young horse that's maturing, right? I
Yeah.
mean, that's so interesting to me when you're dealing with babies, and it was such a good eye-opening experience when Ash was a baby because he had the shortest attention span. And the second he looked away and got engaged on something else and had to drive his like, hey, I'm here, dude, there was always an explosion. It was always like drama, and then he's back, and then he's gone again, and then drama, and like you realize that attention span and patience for a horse is like a learned thing. It comes with maturity. It's not,
Right.
we don't just have it, right?
Right.
So, but I think again, we get in our heads and get away from that. And it's like, those are the little things we could really be working on.
I always think of puppies. Like it's the same
Yeah.
concept. Like if you want to train a puppy to heel, you obviously want the puppy's attention to be on you the entire time in that heel position. So if they look at you, you reward that. And then
Yeah.
you move on from there. So that's then their baseline. And then you increment it. They look at you, you wait a second, then you reward them. You wait 2 seconds, you
Yep.
reward them. And you just continue to build that baseline. It's the same concept with ponies or horses at a young age. So I
Yep.
really feel like I've got like the foundation because I've worked with my dog. I've gone
Yeah.
through the whole training and I'm like, okay, so I can work with Greta as a baby, but I just have to remember she's a baby. And
Yeah, exactly.
I have to remember she's a baby and I also have to stop giving her excuses
Yeah.
and still be like, no, that behavior is unnecessary. We're not going to do that anymore, and correct the behavior and modify it the same way I
Yeah.
would do with the dog. But I just
Exactly.
feel like because she's got those underlying issues sometimes, I feel like sometimes I give her excuses and I'm like, "Oh, maybe she hurt herself." It's like she's still fine.
It's like, exactly. There's still the emotional element.
Yeah, yeah.
You're still making decisions there, girl. Joy came back with her goal.
My goal is to stay on my pony. We support
That
that.
is a valiant goal. We all support that. I think we have a
Caroline.
consensus around the room from Caroline and from Kimberly that the goal is this weekend to stay on the pony.
Wait a minute, I need
So
to know what's going on, Kimberly. If you're still on, Kimberly, I need to know who are you riding and what's the plan here? Mm,
I don't think that she's planning to go to MA1, but I think she
okay.
was planning to ride Star back at the farm this
Okay.
weekend.
Yay!
So
Look.
it's good. She just got her clipped, which is exciting. So she's kind of ready because she was super fluffy shaggy. And now Kim is going to try to kind of condition her and get her moving in that direction. Yeah, Kim just confirmed Jen's suspicions here.
Okay.
She's not riding an MA1, but she is going to be riding Star. Star is a super cute chestnut Arabian mare that we have on lease for the indefinite future. Um, and yeah, I think she's a really good prospect. She's like 14 too or so, but chunky, cute little thing. Super dished Arabian, like seahorse face. She's
Yeah.
really cute.
Very, very cute.
But Kimberly is riding with Blackout at MA2. I think Kim's buying, borrowing a horse for that. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm super excited, Kim, to have you out there, especially because I do plan to kind of be at MA2, taking pictures, video,
Yay.
the shindig. I also was looking at my camera settings for the R6, my DSLR, and I think there's a super slow mo set like option if I just do it in HD. I think I can do like 200 frames per second. And I was like, opportunity for us to do some tutorials out there. So
I know. That's what I've been saying. Like I sent you that link to that one girl who does professional style slow-mo videos, just add some
uses
intense
DSLR.
music to it. I was like, "We
Yeah.
could do that? What are you talking about?"
We have so many opportunities if we just had two lives.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Kim's writing Ari. Oh, so exciting.
That is so awesome. And then Caroline said, if Tony Fat Baloney Pony does well this weekend, you can always ride him later on too. Ah, I'm so excited, Kim. You're going to do so well on Ari. And actually, Kim, I feel like you rode Tony really well. He was pretty fresh. It sounded fun.
Yeah. Kim will get along
I
really
think you
well with
handled him.
Ari too.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So I'm excited, guys. Thank you for hanging in there while we had no plan and went a little crazy here. We got our YouTube channel fixed. We've got Facebook back up, even though Carly got herself locked out of Facebook indefinitely. That's going to be hard.
It's the worst timing possible.
It's going to kind of be like one of those TikTok, Instagram weeks, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. At least I do have Instagram. I did check on that to make sure it wasn't like
Yeah.
linked or something. So I'm okay.
Guys, thanks for joining us. I'm going to pull the plug at 9:10 p.m. because I got a flight tomorrow morning. And hopefully I'll get out there and see you guys this weekend. But if not, good luck to everybody that's competing at MA1. Good luck to my team, Uncharted out there. And Cam will be sending us updates on Star, which we're excited about.
Yay. Thank you, Kim. By text.
I'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Yeah.